Giorgio. It's there. It's there. It's there. It's there. It's there. We're here. And all hands on deck. We're going to do a little drawing in the day. Time to do a little pen play. Here we are. Hi, McKenna. Thank you. One of them broke. Let's not talk about it. We'll fix it. We had our gallery event the other day. I'm going to make a post today just thanking all of the gallery staff and students who supported the work. It was really cool, and the musicians as well, because we couldn't do it without them. But you know the deal. We're going to be drawing people. It was really good. It was really, really good. I couldn't have asked for a better reception. I couldn't have asked for a cooler space to be in. The Roberta's Art Gallery is honestly so kind. Everybody who works, everyone who gets to go there. Awesome. All right, let's get into it. I'm going to pull up a picture. I'm just in like a fun mood. How are you doing today? A little sing-song today? A little joyful tune you've been holding in your heart? This is Heidi. We're going to do a little drawing of Heidi, and here we have our chick. Click stick. You know what that is. Okay, just a little pen. And I got my coffee, so if you are a coffee drinker or a tea drinker or a water drinker or whatever, cheers. Ooh, the sun's out where you're at? Not here. Not yet. Maybe it will be soon. Power on. I have to turn my headphones on. Okay, sweet. We're getting into it. And I think that Roberta's Art Gallery made a playlist that we can play. I'm just trying to find it, but I don't see it. They have a full YouTube channel. But I don't know what the account is called. Maybe I should message and ask them to send me the link to, I will. That's what we'll do right now. Good morning. Okay. Message sent. Message delivered. Okay, we're into it. Let's do it. Let's get into it. This is Heidi. A little drawing today. Have you been doing your doodles? Have you been canoodling with your doodling? Sweet. Okay, we're getting the link, and I'll post it also in the description. I'll edit the description and add that. Thank you for the rose, McKenna. Do you like public speaking? That was my poll question of the day yesterday for everybody on Insta. I typically don't mind it. Okay, I don't really know what style we're going to do with this one yet, so we're just kind of slowly getting into it with glasses, but I feel like each person kind of exudes a little bit of a different energy, just a little bit, and we can pull that in with what kind of drawing we end up doing, you know? Some people are more like they like official lines, it seems, in my head. This is all in my head. In my head, in my head, in my head. And some people, it seems, would be more about the like experimental, the trial thing. We're all kind of in a different spot, you know? What would you rather draw like? Would you rather all of your lines be very clean drawn and very official, very planned out? Some people are very methodical. They're very planned out. They don't like to derail from the plan. And you know those people. And maybe you are those people. And some people are really more like, I just am glad and grateful to be here. Like in any, you know, any way, shape, and form. And I appreciate everybody, however they're willing to show up. Personally, I just am one of those, like, I'm both. It's crazy. It depends on the day. I like being very planned and methodical about how I'm going to treat myself in my day, but also I really appreciate the ebbs and the flows of just like rolling with the punches, like doing what you gotta do to survive through this wacky, wild existence. Hiya there, Rocky. We looked at your art yesterday. Thank you for sharing that. Have you been creating anything else, or were you too busy with work? To be honest, sometimes I get home and I'm exhausted, so I understand. Okay. We're also going to get the YouTube channel information. Cheers. Good morning. Rather doing the whole sketch, I'm just focusing, kind of like zooming in and focusing on some smaller detail and just like moving through that. And I had this thought, this wild, wacky thought today that everything is a sketchbook. That the things that you deem as being like very official and the things that you deem as being very non-official are both sketchbooks. Like, a canvas is worth nothing until you put your marks on it. Well, it's worth 20 bucks. You know what I mean? Or $5 or whatever. But that's worthless. Money is pretty interesting. We could have conversations about that. But I think even more powerful than money is experience and knowledge of self and knowledge of like others. Oh, you know. You got off work early. Congratulations. Okay. And let me pull up our music for today and we'll play it. I think I'll turn the headphones off so that we can all get a nice experience together. Okay. Play it. That's not what we want. We want the music. Okay, we'll get there. It's coming. we want the music and we want it now. So we collaborated with a bunch of really amazing artists, a small bunch, a small bushel, and they're all either students or staff members at the University of Whitewater, Wisconsin, Whitewater, where we have our gallery installation right now. And remember, like, these are the people we're also drawing, are people who currently attend, are students at the University of Wisconsin Whitewater, or staff members or alumni. So there's a whole mix of life experience all in this drawing sessions that we're doing. But I just thought it would be a really fun and giving thing to do to draw the people who are at the location where the art is currently being shared. And it's been fun. I don't know about you, but I like to sketch. I do like me a little sketch session. You get to know people in a different way. It's kind of a relaxing thing to do, especially in the morning. I'm not a morning person, so this is forcing me to get up and just start the day, even if I'm not mentally prepared for it. That's a thing. Okay. This eye expression is really important here, because one eye's kind of squinting in the smile and one eye's a little bit more open. I think we caught it. Okay. We'll get into some of these. I don't think we want to take like, see, this is the thing, you have to think about your style that you're going to choose based on also how much time you have available to get the artwork done. And I didn't think about it that much, but I should think about it more. Uh-oh, a demo. Have fun. Sounds like a fun though. A fun thing. There's always that one kid. It might have been you. Whenever someone built Legos or like tall towers with the blocks, they came through and the joy was just like in ripping it apart. Hopefully it was the person who built it, but I'd imagine that demos are really fun. And there's a lot of thought that goes into how you demolish something to cause less harm and make sure that you can like reuse stuff in many cases, but not all cases. Heidi, Heidi, Heidi. Heidi is a social work, human social services bachelor. She's getting a bachelor, I'm guessing, of science. It can either be of science or of art. I remember the difference between holding a bachelor's of science versus a bachelor's of art was, I think it's bachelor's of fine art, but BFA, was whether you took like language classes or if you took more like science sciencey classes. It's really a difference of just like a couple courses. And not that much. I think it was only like at UW Stevens Point, it was like 3 classes different. And I'm just no bueno. I'm no good at languages, and that's okay. My brain doesn't do the thing, just doesn't light up. Does yours? Are you good at language? I wish I was so good at languages. That's one thing that I will wish better for myself. Because you can talk to people. And when you can talk to somebody in their language, they get especially excited when it's like, you know, somebody can relate to me and my thoughts. I think it's also really cool to find out what thoughts don't translate directly, like you have to explain in depth more. And every culture has their own kind of little things that do and don't relate across, especially with like English. In English, we have like 10 words we have to say in order to describe some of those thoughts. Maybe more than 10. But it's a bunch. But then, and you know, some thoughts they just don't have in other cultures. Have you noticed this? It's an interesting thing because you're thinking about like other people's life experiences. And if you were a person experiencing your life experience there, you would not, you know, like you wouldn't know the same things in the same way. I was having this conversation at Alice Good Coffee in Verona, Wisconsin here. It was a celebration during Ramadan. At night, we all went to the coffee shop and like got together. A lot of a community, and I met a lot of Muslim people, and we just talked about so many different things. It was really fun. I have to sneeze. Hold on. Okay. Ooh, excuse me. Thank you. What was the word? Oh. What was the word we were talking about? I'm probably gonna sneeze again. It's there now. The idea, the concept, and notion that we can sneeze has happened. Oh. Trying to think. It was written down in my sketchbook, so I could go back and find it too. But anyways, there's just so many things that like in certain places people just don't have a word for, or they do have a word for an idea, an expression, and we just don't hear. Interesting little thought process. If you know of any, I'm really curious. I'm interested in this topic. Let me know what those themes are. Okay, so Heidi's kind of like scrunching her face up just a little bit here. A little cute scrunch. Made her nose a little bit wide. Okay. There. A bit better. There'll be just like a little highlight on the lip. We want to make sure we can pop out. Made this lip a little bit tall. There. Okay, and then we have to get the sort of like the face structure that's happening here. There's a bunch of very intimate shapes going on all at one time. Oh, Vina said hi from the Roberta's Art Gallery. Hi, Vina. All right. She's got like a little, I think, a scrunchie in her hair. And she's got wavy curls in here. We want to emphasize. Okay. Oh, you know when your nose is dripping and you really need to blow it? I wish I had a tissue right here. I'm gonna run and go grab one really quick. And then we'll just keep going. Ooh, okay. So how we're handling representing her curls is to do more of the negative space. And when we represent that negative space for the space between or behind or around what we're focusing on, seems to be giving more of that curl shape we want. And if you draw and sketch people ever, tell me, how do you deal with, like, what's your problem solving? It's not really a problem, but what's your strategy? That's the word we want. What's the strategy for representing hair and different growth patterns and textures? Because I do think that hair is a very important part of a lot of people. And being able to represent, and especially of Black people, especially Black women, hair is very important. Black women take a lot of time and care on their hair, so we have to spend also, when we're drawing, time and care on the hair. Don't want to misrepresent someone. And this is for any cultural background, right? Like, hair is a part of who you are as well. Like, where your hairline is, it could be a personality trait for you. just depending. Some people, their hair is their brand. So you would really recognize that person if you saw them on the street, if you saw their hairstyle. You could catch them and know who they are first. Remember Carrot Top? Good example. But also, like, any celebrity, any person in your life who you see regularly, they probably have like their own style of hair. So if you did see them, you would really know. It's an extension of self. And like when people have locks, like their hair is locked, it also reminds us that hair is a part of ancestry and heritage, right? Like there's a story behind hair, and you carry your ancestors with you. So we have to really take time and be considerate. I used to really just rush. I really rushed hair. I just didn't care for it. It was not, and my own hair included, but when I was drawing people, I would just rush through the hair and I just draw little chicken scratches for the hair instead of taking time to really look at each wave or each strand. So it's important to honor people's heritage through their hair. We don't want any little patches in here either, but there. Okay, we're just getting started on getting Heidi's hair in here, and come down here, get kind of like that outline that we're gonna have. This is gonna be fun to get some of these textures in here. And like I said, if you're a sketcher, if you're an artist and you create, or just, anyone, a human, a being who likes to draw and sketch people, let me know. What are your strategies for honoring people's hair? Do you have a strategy? Is this a new thought to you? Were you frustrated? Do you get frustrated easily when you're dealing with hair? Because there's so many strands and so many textures that hair can take on. I want to know. Okay, I'm going to use the bathroom and grab a tissue. I'll be right back. Oh, it smells good. It smells like coffee in here. It smells like coffee and morning artwork. Okay. I'm going to toss it into the chat and just say, okay. And here we are doing art together. Sometimes it is hard, but we will weather through. We can do it all. Just one stroke of the pen. Look and you will see. We are drawing, my friends. We're kind of making up our music for the show. Look at that. Just a few little strokes and you can kind of see a little bit more texture. And then here, we really want to develop some of these curls. She has such beautifully defined curls. So let's get to India. Now, will we be able to get all of them? Yes, yes we will. We can do it if we try. And then we can come back in and give some more depth in here, but now I have the outlines. Okay. Do a little bit of this. Oh, I love dimples. I do. I do. I think dimples are just like the bee's knees. They're so cute. Do you have dimples? Do you like your dimples? I know a lot of children grow up getting like teased for their dimples, or that becomes like the thing that adults like to poke at, and that can scar somebody, make them not like them as much, but I think they're so. And if we want to get into the science side of things, dimples are caused by, like, during the gestational period when you're in utero, the muscles don't develop strongly in those spots. So you have like a little, like a weakness in the muscular structure, and usually often they're symmetrical. And then that's where like your skin will fall a little bit into. So that's why not everybody has them. And it's genetic, like you get it from your family, ancestors. And you can't get them over time or anything. I did her nose just a little bit big. I did her glasses a little bit small. We're just here. We're living this life. We're dreaming of being better artists together. Oh, she's so beautiful. Okay. Okay, and then hair should come out to about here. We'll say about here. I'm just gonna do little marks just to give us somewhere to go. And then right about here, I guess we'll just put it in instead of planning for it, right? We're here, we're doing it. want to say a big thank you to everyone who has submitted their beautiful face to me. And if you're like, beautiful, I'm not beautiful, shut up. Okay? Be nice to yourself. You are beautiful. I think it's really a beautiful thing that you choose every day to wake up and to come back and do your best. That is the beautifulness that we all hold, regardless of if we really want to be here each day or not. We are, and it's wild, it's wacky, it's cool, it's inspirational. I may have made that curl a little bit bigger, but that's okay. We'll just go like this. Okay. We're on it. I see the 3 dots. We're getting music. Okay. Okay. There's so much music and they're uploading it right now. So you'll get to taste musically, auditorily taste the flavors that these musicians have prepared. Okay. Okay. Now let's get into really giving these curls some definition. And I'm going back and forth. Because they're not going to be kind of, we don't want noodle hair, you know? It's not what we have here in front of us, but, and we all know what noodle hair is, you know? Like very well defined curls. We've got a little bit of mystique here to unravel. And the shape of a curl is it's a wave where there's some thickness and some thin. It's more organic of a shape than, doesn't quite have as much symmetry all the time. Each one is a little bit more unique and varied than the next. That's why you can always tell when someone has given themselves waves or curls rather than being born with them. Maybe it's Maybelline. It's just stuck in my head. Okay. Okay, here we go. Here we go. There's depth here, kind of like coming across, and it's kind of like you'll have a highlight as well, but it needs to be broken up by something. So we'll do that like that. And I have to go darker in the lip. not as dark as the glasses. Remember, our glasses are going to be our darkest value here because they are black. They'll be the darkest value. I'm going to just pull this part in just a bit. This is Heidi, correct. I know it's taken me a while. There's just lots of things to observe here. Oh, I didn't mean to do too much of a line there, but that's okay. It means we just go a little bit darker elsewhere. And that'll take some of that focus away. What are you up to today, McKenna? Anything fun? Okay, we've got a nice little S curve here. Gaming and gardening. Ooh, I knew you were gonna go gardening. What game are you playing then? And are you planting stuff or I have some seeds that I've been trying to get to grow. I've never, other than, like at school, I've never grown anything from seed. I want to feel like I'm birthing it. It's gonna come. It'll be great. Baldur's Gate. Ooh, bulbs. What are the bulbs of? I'm intimidated by bulbs. It's like, in a seed packet, you get 1,000, 100, whatever number of seeds, 16. With bulbs, you get one. It's like all the pressure is on. And if you have a very strong green thumb, that's exciting. Mine is just becoming greener. Oh, yay, and Venus sent us a new picture of herself too, so we will get that in there. Okay. Just keep drawing. Moonflowers and morning glory. Daylilies, iris, clematis. We need to look. What is that? I've never seen that. Ooh, they're like purple. That's so pretty. Do you have a lot of things like trellises or something that they can grab onto, all these plants? It's so pretty. You have a big selection. Irises are purple, right? Oh, that sounds really nice. And you'll have some shade in the summer when it's too hot to do anything and your clothes stick to your body. Except when you're in the shade. The days when it's like the stickiness doesn't leave when you're in the shade, those are rough. But it's okay. We got really, really cold days to offset that experience. I was trying to talk to myself a lot when we had a lot of those colder days and be like, you know what? You're going to miss this. You're going to miss this. Ooh, that's smart. That is probably going to save you a lot of money on cooling then. All right. Like I said, hair just takes a while. A lot of upkeep. There's like a payment system, but it's through time and water. Hopefully water is not crazy expensive where you live. We have rain barrels to collect our water here, but I am also aware that it's not legal in some places in this country to collect your own rainwater, uh, which is an interesting concept. Because, like, you're still putting that water back into the system, it's just delayed. But I get it. It's okay. I'm not all knowing. Ooh, look at that. Curl. Isn't that? It's weird. It's very odd. I think it's kind of like how HOAs also like don't let you have gardens is silly. There's just like a few different laws that are extremely controlling and kind of concerning. But if I ruled the world, things would be different. And I don't know that they would be better, to be really fair. They just would be different. What is better? Oh no, you said something naughty. According to TikTok. So if you're tuning in from another app, TikTok does say you can't say certain things. And I'm not sure what those things are. I don't own the list, but there are some. Which is why we have a Discord channel where you can say anything. Anything you want. Anything your little heart desires. Yeah, I don't know, I really like this style. I like the way that it looks, but I'm not a huge fan of how much time it takes. And I'm not trying to get every single detail, like, we got rid of a few details, so it's not extremely over sensitizing, but I wonder if there's a good way to kind of make this style easier to do hair. I like the scritchy scratchy. HOA? What? You can't say HOA? What's going on? What's going on in the internet? You like this style? I do too. It's just like, it feels very free. It feels very natural to do this. It's kind of like meditating. I hope Heidi likes this sketch that I did of them, because this is like one really cool. I like the way it's turning out. I want to lean into the style more as well and get more control over the marks to tell the story. The more you practice, the better you know. In my view, it's a little bit more like this. Okay, and then we're gonna come in and do a little curl action over here. And this is our limit. This is as far as we're gonna go. And then over here, her hair really drops down because this is like over the shoulder. And then we'll have some curls kind of coming down here. Oh my gosh, she's got some very long hair. Seriously long hair. We might as well just start getting some of that body in there. I have a next gallery lined up? Not currently. We did the show here in Madison, or sorry, in Wisconsin at UW Whitewater. Now it's time to really focus on getting more of the portraits completed. And I believe that as we do that, things will just start lining up sort of organically. But that was a good first experience. And the UW Whitewater staff and team are incredible. They did such a great job. Like, I would I couldn't have asked for a better place to have all of this stuff, you know? Like, I just couldn't, wouldn't, shouldn't. Okay. All right, I just altered something, but it might not be enough because I guess you're supposed to talk a little bit louder, but I think we'll be okay. If you can't hear me on the video on YouTube, let me know. Thanks for the rose again. Okay, we'll get this portrait completed for Heidi, and then we'll have another one. It's already 11. Sometimes you just need to take a little bit more time on somebody's painting or drawing, and that's fine. We're learning. I'm adding just a little bit more space in between the curls that are getting represented as we get further away from her face, just to give us a little bit of grace while we're making choices. Do I have a preference between painting or sketching? No, I think it all comes and goes. Like sometimes you get in a mood where you just really want to do one thing for a while. I have tendencies to kind of be compulsive and want one thing for a very long time, like a month, you know. And I'm talking like food, I'm talking like activities, certain activities. I get like kind of obsessive for a bit. And so sometimes I will just want to draw and not paint at all. And I just let it happen. Um, it's okay. And lately I have been in less of a painting mood and more of a drawing mood. You know, it's just been kind of where I've been at lately. Luckily, we have this collaboration, so I am supposed to be drawing based on what I had agreed to a while ago. So it all worked out. But we're gonna have to do some painting today because I have a poster that we are designing and it's gonna be painted for Make Music Madison Day, which is coming up this summer. And everyone is expecting a poster for it, so I have to make sure I paint it. It'll be a good poster, it'll be fun. So we're gonna design a poster hopefully we like painting for a bit, because one way or another it's going to happen. But that's a good question. Do you have those types of things in your life where you're like, yeah, I just don't want to do that, I want to do this, and it might be something that you're really good at? When did you know you wanted to be an artist? I didn't really know until 2021 when I started painting and drawing, like officially. And this was kind of the healing process of finding respite during the pandemic and providing myself with a break from my career, which was in education, and just being really gentle with myself. And once I started drawing and painting online is when I realized, like, hey, I like this. Hey, I'm pretty good at it. Like, I can do this. So I would say like 2021, I decided that this is what we were going to do for a while at least. And it's been something that's really successful and taken off for me, so I'll just keep on doing it. But like I do go through periods also where I would barely create anything. Like I would say January this year, maybe like November through March, I really didn't do very much. I just lived more than I created art. And I think that's also a big part of the process of being creative, is having downtime and like going out and spending time with people and finding a flow and being gentle through that. And I will say I'm a pretty self-critical person. I constantly badgering myself about how I'm doing things, which is fine. I think it's just part of my process. And for some people, it would drive them nuts and they wouldn't be able to do it sustainably. But I'd rather judge that in my like artistic abilities, because it's more so like about how I'm learning and pushing my goals. Huge goal setter. Huge goal setter. But I'm not like mean to myself so much as I'm just very critical. And there's definitely a difference. You've probably met people who are very critical, self critical, hopefully more than externally critical. And it's not always like a toxic thing. I just want to do better. And push myself. And I know that I can also get into that space, and I think anyone could, where they're just okay with whatever is going on and they're not necessarily present. Yeah, if you're not taking note of your weaknesses or the areas that you could grow in, how would you know where to move towards? Like plants are always finding the sun. They're always like finding where the brighter light is, and then they're going towards it so that they have more energy to do the great things. I think that's kind of a similar thing with humans. So sometimes you'll hear me being critical and you'll be like, what are you talking about? Or maybe you'll agree with me and you'll be like, yeah, I see it. I saw it. I know it. I really like this area of the hair and how it's Heidi's hair is really flowing. Now the pressure's on to concentrate and get this side developed really well without it being too bright, because I want like less highlights on this side, I think, than on the other side, which is difficult. Because you don't want it to be blank. We still want to have some body of and texture showing curls, but I don't want it to take away the focus from Heidi's face. And I also don't want, and like if it's not cohesive, it will take away, you know. So we need it to still kind of match the size and style and the distance and the depth of each of the little strokes of pen. Shaky today. Okay. Let me see. Did we get our music yet? I think we'll get an update when the music is in. We all try our best. I think it helps when you are educated in something in addition to your art and have like super special interests. One of my special interests is in learning, which works. It checks out. I hope that Heidi enjoys this piece. The nose is just a little bit wider than I would have liked to have drawn it. I'll pull it in with the glasses. Tricks. Little tricks. Okay. I think we're getting somewhere now. We need to connect here, come back in here. And it's okay. Everything is okay. Ooh, I really like that shape that we just pulled in here. And then this, I wasn't like anticipating to be a shape, but we'll just kind of build it in here. Do you see like kind of a suggestion of another curl? Okay, we're doing great. Just gonna go a little bit darker as we get further back here. Her hair was so fun to do. I really enjoyed her portrait. We're gonna get down into these curls here now. And they're a little bit closer to the eyeballs of the audience, whoever's gonna see the image when it's completed. So we're just going to do a little bit more definition here. Versus this side of her face is just like a smidgen further away from the view of whoever's looking at the picture. All right. We got the music files. Let's see if we can hear the music. Uh-oh. That didn't work. Okay, it's just gonna go on my computer and then it'll take a while for the music to download and then you'll get to hear what the artist from the Garden of a Thousand Faces from UW Whitewater. There's 4 that showed up, but I think that there's 5 artists. Amazing. I'm really grateful that we're able to share our space and platform with other creative people. Like, I create my platform not just for me, and I hope that that's felt. I hope that you feel like you also are a part of this platform and it's not just me making art and you thinking that you're just watching, because that's not the jam, that's not the vibe. Could be, but it doesn't have to be. And we'll be doing more live streaming on different platforms as well, so if you're musically inclined and you like to share your artwork and you're not like legally bound by a contract with somebody, send me a message and we can get your music up on our live streams. But if you are legally bound by a contract with somebody, I don't want to infringe upon that deal you've got going. So we want to make sure everybody's simpatico. Thank you. Thank you, McKenna, for saying that it's such a community. That's what we need. We need more strong communities, a sense of connection, right? There's enough places on this planet now that are closed off to a lot of people. And that's what we were talking about. Like, you go through school and you see people who are dukes and duchesses and kings and queens and royalty and gentry folk and whatever, who've been represented throughout history, right? or they're prostitutes. Like, their images have kind of just been taken from them, along with a lot of other things. If you look at a lot of the French artworks of the 17 and 1800s, a lot of the models are actually street workers, as some people, night workers, women of the night, prostitutes, hired models. And I don't really know much more about their stories than what I've read in history books. But, you know, we don't have to have just that as being what's recorded about human history and who should be on walls and adored and loved and cherished. Not just people who can afford it or have to be. It can also be the people who want to be. People who show up and say, yes, please paint me, draw me, include me. Let's do this. And that's what this is. Some people are very skeptical because they're not used to that, and that's fine. You know, that's fine. And I've met people where I've asked them, like, hey, can I draw you? And they look at me like, you're crazy. And I think I've often responded with, yes, yes, I am. Can I draw you? Can I paint you? It's sort of also a question like, you're not? You're not crazy? Huh. Who's sane? Who gets to choose that? The ballerina paint? Yes. Degas? Is it Dega? No. French ballerina painting. Yeah, it's Edgar Degas. Degas. Anyway, that's one. He's not the only person who exploited women who were working just to survive by selling their bodies. There were many. A great many of them who did that. But I mean, I'm not hating. I'm just exploring the history and knowledge that I have learned and picked up over the years. Because everybody's got to eat somehow. I just choose not to do what they've done. I'll just ask. People are usually like, yeah, do me. Draw me. Paint me. Paint me like your French girls. I think that must have been where that line comes from. He was born and died in Paris. It's fun. Okay. Ooh, let's make her hair kind of come out here a little bit. Look at this. Okay, done it. I think we've done it. I think we've done it. I just want to put a little like shadow from the glasses on Heidi's face. And then I like it. I like it. I love it. I want some more of it. A little more body here. Oh, are we missing anything? Do you think that's okay to do this? Should I just come in a little bit with a texture for a background here? There, let me just give a slight amount of depth so it doesn't look like it's like just floating. Boom, bam. And then a little shoulder action here. Just so that her hair has something to rest on. So there's Heidi. I'm going to write Heidi's name on the back. And then each one of these gets scanned into my computer, and then the person who I've drawn can purchase their sketch if they want to. And I kept them at a very reasonable price so that it doesn't break the college bank or the professor bank or, you know, the UW Systems Bank for anyone involved in it. But I love it. I love it. What do we think? Thoughts, questions, concerns? Is there anything that I'm missing? You know, takes a village. As they say, all of our eyes are needed in order to understand what's really happening in the image. I love, 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 love how that turned out. I do. I think there might need to be just a little bit more depth under her face to really like push the face shape and separate her from the clothing so that they don't become one and the same. See, we can be critical. It's okay. Just a little. And then maybe just a bit more to show like movement in the cloth. And then right here as well, just to pull her face forward even more. Do you see what I'm saying about like pushing and pulling? I want to make sure that she doesn't get lost, sort of like in the background. Oops. Okay. I love it. And then I guess we should just little lines like this to make cohesion. And come back in and really make sure her hair is framing her face now. Because if we have really dark down here, we want to have really dark up here just to complement it. And so then it's like eyebrows, right? Like eyebrows are a big deal because they frame your face and tell the viewer where to look. Okay, nice. I know people do have that alien thing where they don't have eyebrows, and that's their look. Not here. All right, we did it. We did it. I love it. Let's see who's our next image that we're gonna do. And I'll probably take a little break and we'll still just to like grab some food and then we'll just keep on going with our live stream today. And keep drawing. Okay, so this is Iris Mug. It might be Eris. E-R-I-S. How would you say that? I bet if I opened up the file, I would find how they say it, like written out. Because I'm sure that they are sick of hearing their name incorrectly pronounced by like professors and others. One time when I was teaching, you know, on the first day of school, your teacher goes through the list of everybody's name. And there's always that kid who has a name that doesn't derive from English. And everyone always screws up their name. And it's embarrassing and it's challenging for that kid, for that human. And so one time, what I did for my group of sixth graders was I said everyone's name completely wrong, like the Keenan and Kel sketch. I did everyone's name as wrong as I could, so everyone had to experience it. It was funny. The kids really appreciated it. Especially, I think the children who's never had their name mispronounced, and then they got a moment where it was like, wait, that's not my name. Like, oh, is it not? Your name is Eureka. Your name is Eureka. And they were like, no, it's Erica. It was a good day. Iris, E-H-R-I-S. You say Iris. Okay. If you're gonna teach kids, you gotta be fun. have a little fun, I would say. That's just me. That was just my classroom. You can be as serious as you want to be as a teacher, I guess. Unable to expand. Okay, we'll have to play with that. I'm gonna have to re-download that file. The music we didn't get today. Sorry, we'll get that another time. And you'll be able to hear musics. It's fun. It's really great. There's many different genres in this world of music. And we get to hear some that people have a strong connection to from UW Whitewater. Oh, okay. They've got little white dots in their makeup. They have really fun makeup on. Let's get these eyes right. I'd say that's pretty close to what I'm seeing in front of me. They have such a colorful makeup and outfit selection that I almost like want to use colors just to capture some of that, but I must refrain. I'm gonna have to do eyebrows a little bit thicker. Maybe also pull the eye over just slightly because I've got okay, there we go. And then I have this here. Oh, it already looks like a nose. There's barely anything there on the paper. That's a feat. We're done. We did it. We did the job today. Just kidding. Okay, let's get this other eyebrow sort of like formed. And then there should be an eye right about here. Maybe a little further. Wherever you are, I hope that you're eating something nourishing today for your body. I'm currently thinking about food and what I'll eat. I had a banana. Do you like bananas? Be careful not to overeat bananas. I had a friend who ate bananas and it was not fun for anyone. I did not want to know. Apparently, bananas can really destroy your insides if you're not careful. And that in turn can really mess up your whole day for a couple days. We live, we learn, we keep eating bananas, but don't eat too many. Limit yourself. I know they're good. You can never eat the whole bunch before they go bad. You can buy less than a bunch at a time. Have you ever just like limited yourself at the store and gotten 2 or 3 rather than 5 or 6? But it is true, the banana does get left on top of the refrigerator and forgotten about too often. Ooh, I'm not such a fan of how I lined these eyes up. Can we fix this? Can we fix it? Sometimes if you just go darker and you make it more like a choice, it looks better. Ooh, banana bread's so good. Have you ever done like a banana zucchini bread? Very delicious. Okay, we figured it out, I think. And then yours has kind of like a straight smile with like a some people have very upturned smiles, some people have more I have more of like a downturned smile. And then some people have more of a straight across smile, like yours here. Okay. We should probably get that face shape in there quick. I did a little too much of a cut there. It's okay, we'll have hair. Hair will almost always help you when you're doing drawings. If you're ever like, don't think so, then just cover it with hair. Look at that. No one would even, how would they know? How would they know? Look at that. We did it. Okay. Next, this side of the face. And then we'll need an ear over here. Ears, like, in my head, they're small, but in reality, they are actually quite expansive. Have you ever tried to draw a face from memory? Just like from what your mind tells you people look like? Sometimes they don't even have ears. I feel like you could definitely come through and use some colored pencils or markers and color this one. Just like based on the style. We'll just come back down with some little spiffy things here. Okay. Now is our time to shine. We're going to put little contour shading lines in. was a little worried about that looking like stubble, so I stopped doing that technique as we were in the process of it. And like pulled to the side instead. The switch up. Sometimes you just gotta switch up. I don't want this to look like stubble either. So we'll just try to make it as uniform as possible. We have to be really careful with these little lines on the face. I don't want people to think I think they have facial hair. I really don't. Because it's not it. And then all of the hair gets a little crosshatch. Excuse me, and down the hair on the side. Now they're in a car in this image, so we want to make sure we know like the light is sort of coming from outside in the front, diffused, but very much here. So we're gonna come underneath the chin, and then we're gonna give them a little that action. And I think because it's more like uniform, it's not gonna look so stubbly or like hair, which is a caution. Like you don't want to give people hair when that's not the look they're going for, you know? That can be scary. Oops. Okay. These are really fun necklaces. It's like little toy links. I really like that. That's really cool. Okay. They have a lot of different necklace dudes. It's at an angle. They sent me a picture at an angle, so I'm just doing my best. I could have straightened it out, but it looks cool. However, it's gonna be. And then they have a seatbelt on. which I don't know, am I funny for wanting to include it? Safety first, my dudes. Cute. Love it. There's like another necklace too that we didn't quite put on there. It can just be a suggestion of a necklace. There we go. And that's Ferris. Whoa. Whoa. Disrespect. A major in cellular biology with a minor in criminology. And I think there was more that they typed. Lots of stuff. Cute. All right, I'm going to take a little break to eat something. And then we'll come back on live stream. But, and we'll do some more of these sketches because we have a few and I want to really develop that. But then we also have to do a painting today. So we'll do a bunch of different fun things. Thank you for hanging out with me this morning. I hope you eat something really nutritious and good for you.